Okay, here we have the meeting Wyong on the 6th of September 2019. This is a sort of major meeting run at the Wyong meeting, and this is going to highlight the benefits of the ratings calculator in terms of getting quinellas, trifectas and first fours. So there's been a few requests to have a look at the program from this viewpoint, so we'll go through the meeting very quickly. The results are already here, so the meeting's already been run and won. So the main thing you need to look for when you're going to do trifectas, quinellas and first fours is some amount of form. So there's no point looking at a race where there's only just a few starts hoping that you're going to be able to find the result from minimum form, or you'll have to use some other method. So looking at the first few races here, 47 starts for all the horses in the race. Basically it's not enough information, but looking at the market very quickly, we might decide if we were going to do a quinella to take the top few horses in the quinella and couple them up with a few more horses in a trifecta or a first four. As it is, the winner was the fourth pick, the second horse was the third pick, and the third horse was the top pick. So if you're going to focus on taking the top five in a trifecta, then you would have got the trifecta, which paid $103. So you would have made a small profit on that race, even though really it doesn't have enough starts to really justify looking at it. Moving on to race 2. This race is even well, worse from that viewpoint. It's only got 9 starts in total. So in other words, if we're going to be using ratings, there's a very good chance that these horses are going to be running better sometime in the future. Looking at the market here, there's only one horse, Lucky Imperator, that has any sort of rating. The rest of them just basically don't rate, and so in the end Lucky Imperator ran third. You wouldn't try based on ratings to pick the quinella or any other multiple in this race. Just no point doing it. Moving on to race 3. This one's got 106 starts, so it's getting a few more starts, so it's probably worth having a look at from a quinella, trifecta, first four viewpoint. So again, we would focus on the top few horses in the market, and then we try to couple them up with some others. So if we look at the top horse, is Famous, which was the favourite, was on top, followed by Oakfield Twilight. So in fact Oakfield Twilight won the race and Famous run second. So the quinella was a pretty easy take in this race. As far as the trifecta and first four, there is a method that we suggest, taking the top 2 horses with the next 4. So in this case it would be 6, 4, 5 and 1, along with the 2 favourites. Okay, so if you're able to do that, you would be able to then get this trifecta, which again didn't pay much. But still, it's a lot better to get a trifecta paying not much than missing it completely. So again, the method that we're suggesting here is you take the top 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, looking at these prices, it's really these 2, and then it's a big gap to the rest of them. But this is the method we're suggesting. You take the top 2 as a banker, if you like, and then coupling them up with the 2 favourites. Okay, so that's one potential system that you could run. So you would have got that one, and I think you would have got that earlier one in race 1. Race 4. Looking at the result, or looking at the market at least, we would have taken Straight Home and Kiara Rose, and then we would have coupled them up with 1, 2, 3, 4, those 4 horses there, plus the 2 favourites. Would have dipped out on this one. Temperado is right down here, ridden by Hugh Bowman. So there you go, he's ridden a $19 winner, and certainly missed that one. Moving on to race 5. Again, 50 starts. So again, it's not really a race to even really look at, but for an exercise we'll go through it. So we would have taken the top 2 in Sujuenda, say that one 3 times, and Defeat, along with those 4 and the 2 favourites. So as it is, you would have managed to get the trifecta in those selections, which is just pretty much the whole field, but you wouldn't have got it on that method. Race 6, pretty much a very open race. Again, we're going to couple together my expression and split lip, and we're going to take that along with Laburnum and Connemara. Again, this market's fairly compressed once we get past that point, so along with the two favourites, well, Connemara is one of the favourites, and notation, so as it is Foxy Housewife right down here, priced at $57 on the market and $26, so missed this one. Race 7, here is another race. We've got Stampede and Vaucluse Bay on top, and followed by Woogok, Destiny's Choice, and we take the favourites Woogok and 60s Groove. I would have missed that one as well. Nice first four though, 11,900. On to race 8. Same deal. We take the top two, Typhoon Bonnie and Difficult to Get. Couple them up with Texas Storm and Valbeta. And also take the two favourites, Maroc and McCormack. So again, we'll miss that one. So we've missed a few of them. Now, having gone through that first system, that's one system you could run. The other system you can also run is to take the top 4 or 5 in a trifecta. Alright, so let's run that one through again. We'll skip the first few races. We go to race 4. These are realistic little races that have some form. We're going to miss that one. Temperado's just out of business. We're not getting that no matter what you do. Race 5. The field's really too small, but if we took the top 5, well, you would have missed it. Camp Rifles too far down. You could couple it in with the two favourites. That's another possibility. Race 6. We're going to couple it together in this race. Again, we're going to miss Foxy Housewife by the proverbial mile. Race 7. Just looking at the worksheet. We've got Woogok, Hush Rider and Vaucluse Bay. Now, you will note here that Vaucluse Bay was quite a good over. Those of you that know about overs punting, Vaucluse Bay is quite a nice result in terms of the bet. So we've got Vaucluse Bay and Woogok, but we've missed the others, which of course brings us to the last race. If you are expecting to get every quinella, every trifecta and every first four, well, I think that's a little bit ambitious. However, if we have a look at the last race, Typhoon Bonnie we have. Difficult to Get's no good. Valbeta is the third horse. Texas Storm is the fourth horse. And Oakville Captain is the winner. Okay, so here's an example of a race where we have basically 5 horses, the top 5. In the top 5 we've not only got the winner, second, third, but also fourth. The Quinella paid $64.50, the trifecta over 4,000, and the first 4 change of 16,000. So again, you aren't going to get every result, and that's not possible. However, following a system using the ratings calculator, you can get some very good returns, and certainly if you're an astute punter, you can do even better. So anyway, that's the video showing you the Wyong meeting from early September 2019.